The girl drops her belongings. While picking them up, she sees her husband with another woman. The husband and the woman enter a shop. The husband tells the shopkeeper, "Show me that suit." Outside the shop, the wife watching them says, "I can't believe my eyes." At that moment, the shopkeeper brings an expensive suit, and the woman is surprised. The shopkeeper says, "There is something else for you as well," and he brings a bracelet. The wife quietly enters the shop, and after seeing her husband and the woman leaving, turns her face away. The shopkeeper says, "Can I help you with something?" The wife asks the price of the bracelet. The shopkeeper tells her, "It's $5,000 and it's very expensive for you." The wife says, "It is expensive, but I will definitely come back," and she leaves. The husband enters the house and calls the wife repeatedly, but she does not reply. He says, "Are you deaf? And you are still wearing the same clothes from this morning? You should learn something by seeing other women's wives." The husband continues, "This is the second time this week you made soup." The wife replies, "Why don't you give me extra money so I can make something else for you?" He says, "Look, everything in this house came from my money and you always keep complaining," and then leaves. Then she takes her husband's mobile from the bag and tries to remember its password. After some attempts, the phone unlocks and she reads the messages from that woman and takes a picture of them with her own phone. The husband says, "I am going to work. I might be late," and leaves. He tells the woman, "I am waiting for you." At that moment, another woman enters and says, "I missed you so much." As she comes closer, the wife calls. The husband answers, "I told you I might be late. Where are you going?" The woman replies, "I am not in the mood." He says, "I have been waiting for this moment all day," and stops the woman. When the husband returns home, the wife sees marks on his neck and says, "What is this?" He says, "You started your drama again? You imagine things in your mind. I am tired," and leaves. The next day, the husband brings clothes for the wife and says, "Wash these." She says, "The washing machine is broken." He says, "Wash them with your hands," and then they start arguing. The wife says, "I have never bought clothes for myself. Everything is from your money." The husband leaves angrily. A bill falls out of the husband's pants pocket. The wife says, $3,000 on earrings and $1,000 at a restaurant. I can't believe it. I barely have money to buy food." The wife calls her friend to talk. Her friend advises her, "Leave your husband." The wife says, "But he was my love." The friend says, "If he loved you, he wouldn't have humiliated you like this. Look at yourself, what you were and what you have become." The wife goes with her friend to the same shop and shows her husband's debit card. The shopkeeper shows some clothes and the wife tries them on. The friend says, "You look very beautiful." The shopkeeper shows jewelry. The friend says, "It will look amazing on you. I am glad you have understood everything." The wife and her friend leave the shop. The wife reaches her husband's place and says, "This is the place where you relax." At that moment, the other woman appears and asks, "Who is this?" The wife says, "Actually, I don't need to give you anything. I came to take only one thing from you, and that is divorce." The woman says, "This is your wife? You said you had no wife." The wife looks at the suitcase and says, "This house is mine. Don't come here anymore and take back the gifts you gave that woman. I don't want to pay the shopping done with your credit card." The wife leaves. The woman also leaves and says, "I was doing all this for fun. Forget your gifts."